so you can go and sign that for tomorrow's auction.
Yeah.
We just have a couple of things to say about Play for K event this weekend, and then we'll take questions.
I'm just really excited about the Play for K. Really special, I think, special moment. A lot of it has to do with Debbie Antonelli, who played for K-Yao, came in and did a session with our girls before the season, and we was just excited to get her here. You know, I was very fortunate when I was at the University of Louisville. She covered a lot of our games, and she just means a lot to the women's basketball, and being an analyst for so long and covering a lot of great games. But I was very fortunate when I first started coaching that was on the road a couple of times with K-Yao, and she was just a super woman and a great mentor to a lot of people, and I think I always just wanted to take people under her wings, and so I just think this is a awesome opportunity, and we just want everybody to come out and wear their pink and come out and support.
What can you tell us about Texas State?
Well, you know, they're big and athletic, and I think do a lot of different things, different change-ups on defense, and you know, it's the head coach there coached with Coach Collins at the University of Louisville, and I've known her, and you know, so they run some similar things that we do, sort of motion offense, and you know, they have two big post players that are really good. Post players, leading scorer, who is just really athletic, can score around the goal, and then they have 3 or 4 kids that can really shoot it. So they've actually shot over more threes than we have this season. So you know, just got to be able to get out and guard, and we're gonna have to rebound and play defense. That's the biggest thing. They've won some games in the conference and doing some good things, and Zena's doing a great job with them.
For winning a chance to go to 10 games over 500 at 15-5, 7-2 in conference play, how much more added confidence would that give the girls to get that win tomorrow and be 10 games over 500?
Well, I think it's always awesome when you can get a chance to get another win. But to be able to put yourself in position to continue to keep winning on your home court in conference, I think that's what it's all about. You know, and I think that's what we talk about each and every day, continuing to keep getting better. And you know, as I said previously in a lot of the press conferences, you know, we're trying to be the best we can be in February and March, and February's hit now.
I know you all stress defense a lot anyway, but that rebounding been pretty big focus, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. You can probably ask the players that, but yeah, you know, I think the biggest thing, of course, when I went back and watched film, I think what I've talked, we had a good practice yesterday. What I talked to, you know, the team about, and the coaching staff has talked to them about, is our intensity. We wasn't the same team that normally has came out of the locker room, and just our energy and effort. And you're right, we got handed to us on the boards, but I know that fundamentally we're going to have to continue to keep working on those things and defensively. But I think when you add that extra energy and the things that we do, getting the 50-50 balls and all those things, then I think that'll help us a lot too. And we've really been focusing on those things a lot too.
I feel like that's getting better in terms of bringing the intensity. I mean, like you said, I know at times it's hard to play that kind of game because you know it can be a game, but still the record and it just feels flat. Are they getting better in trying to finding ways to get themselves up and not worrying about outside stuff?
Well, I think they are. I think it speaks for itself that we've been able to win some close games. I think when you think about that, you know, even when you're in a situation where you're down, if you're down or you're tied with a team, possibly, I mean, you got to find some of that inside of you as a player and as a team to be able to come back and then have the opportunity to be able to put yourself in a position to win. And so I think we are growing. I think each and every day we're growing. But I also know too that we're still young. But you know, I think you got to, as they say, when you hit that second semester, you tell them a freshman they're not freshmen anymore. You know, and sophomores, you keep growing, and the more situations that you're in, the more familiar you become with what you need to do when you get in particular situations.
Keep shooting pretty well in conference play. Micah especially is lighting up in conference play. I know you talked about challenging her to be one of the best shooters in the conference, but talk about the odds streak.
Oh, I tell you what, every day, someone walked in practice yesterday and she passed up a shot, and we were talking, and I stopped talking to that person, and I told her, Micah, every time you open, I want you to shoot it, because that's how much confidence I have in her and her teammates, and I'm just super proud of her because, you know, in the summer, you're right, I challenged her. I know that I put that out there about her, you know, wanting to be one of the best three-point shooters in the league and overall, and I'm proud of her because she's really worked to try to put herself in that position, and, you know, it's just also really good for us. It helps us a lot that we can be able now to put her at the, you know, the shooting guard some, and when we put different people in different positions on the floor and having some different ball handlers so she don't have to handle it all the time, and Kendall Noble being able to bring it up, Bianca McGee, and I think it helps us a lot.
How much better can she become? How much more deadly does she get for opposing defenses when she starts shooting it every time she's open and just knocking them down?
I tell you what, it opens up. The biggest thing I think it does is it'll open up again for Chastity on the inside. You know, because that's what we've been really trying to do is go inside out. And so when you start knocking those shots down, they start guarding a little tighter out on the perimeter, and you open things up in the middle, and that's what it's all about. You know, I tell Chastity every day, I take my hat off to her because she's battling every second, trying to get the ball, trying to get open, you know, sometimes having 2 and 3 defenders on her. So that's what that would do, and that's where I keep encouraging all of our guards, everybody that's on the perimeter, you know, get in the gym and be focused on the things that you need to, because, you know, if you practice on those things and you do those things in practice, I'm just one of those coaches. I'm pretty much going to try to give you the green light, but I also just talk to them a lot about time and situations.
Heard stories about Micah and people being here really early, getting up shots, and you think that over the summer too. Talk a little about the work that she's put in terms of outside organized stuff.
Well, and I think that's the thing. I think that when I tell the players all the time, and I did that from the first day I got here, putting in extra work and doing those things is going to pay off for you. Now, I'm not saying, I told them that when I got the job, I'm not saying it'll be, you know, the first week, the second week, but when you continue to keep doing it and it becomes a repetition, then it becomes natural to you when you get out there and you have that confidence. And that's what, you're right, that's what they've done, and that's what Micah's done, and I think that's why she's shooting the ball extremely well, because when she shoots it, she feels and she understands and knows that she thinks it's going to go in. Now, I think the biggest thing is she's such a team player, just like this whole team is, that I think sometimes, you know, when I tell her to shoot it all the time, you know, she doesn't want to do that because she wants to make sure that she's getting it to the right people at the right time also too, because now putting her in that point guard position, now she thinks like a point guard, and thinking like that means, you know, trying to get the ball to the open person at all times. And so that's why I'm kind of, you know, put her in a situation where she can kind of do both, and so that's not easy to always adjust to, but I just give her a ton of credit for that. So for all of, you know, before I came over here, you know, Kendall Noble was in the gym shooting, and, you know, they get in, you know, before they go to class, in between times, and that's what we have to do. That's what the good teams do. That's because when you get down to situations and times where you got that open shot, you got to be confident to take it.